Well, hi there, all you lovely people on the interwebs who love miniatures. I am Doc Eon. It's a Monday, and I'm here to ramble. Today is Monday, the 12th of August, 2024, and we have finished some steampunky Victorian Age models. Only 5 of them. One of them is really big and complex, though. This carriage, and there's 4 in front. And I've done something else I'm going to show you later. I don't know what to say exactly. I mean, most of them I thought should be in sort of drab colors. This guy is kind of a druidic guy, so he should be. And this guy is probably not very concerned about his experience, so he's not very colorful. I thought the Ripper guy could have some color under his disguise. He needs a dark coat to hide in the darkness, but you could have a splash of color beneath that. And of course this lady can be more colorful. She's all purple and pink. And the reason the driver here is all in blue is because he's a cop. This is a police wagon. And yeah, that was most of the haul, at least all the stuff I've shown you before. Before we go on to works in progress, though, I do want to show you something else I've been working on. Hang on. What on earth is this we're looking at? A bunch of other models. Well, so these models are not ones that are going to be included in my statistics because they are not purchased. These are printed models. I have done some experimenting by trying to print various kinds of models on my 3D printer, which is an FDM printer. This is done in PLA. So it's, if I were to do like close-up still pics, you could see the layering very clearly on these, and it's the reason the detail is not perhaps all there. And what I found is like a monster like this Manticore or this Hippogriff is okay. I mean, if you turn this Hippogriff over and if you look at the underside of the wings, they're extremely gnarly. They don't look good at all, but nobody's going to look there. That's not an issue. So what if I go larger scale? What if I go to busts? Well, Cthulhu here, or if it's a Mind Flayer, this is perhaps the one that turned out the best because the texture hides the print lines quite a lot, I think. I mean, you can see lines on these tentacles, but those are actually sculpted in. Those are part of the model. That's not an artifact of the print process. And I managed to get the brain here pretty smooth. Of course, all of these have been treated post-printing with acetone to smooth them out. So that helps a bit. Then we get to the real test. So this is a large-scale human mini. Now, I don't know if you can tell. So this is a real close-up, and then you can see the artifacts of the print process, the lines in parts of the hair, the clothing, and the skin. And, you know, I've done sort of a quick, but, you know, a little careful, but not too careful job on this, just to see how it would turn out. And it's, yeah, I'm not going to do print a lot of busts with this machine. Let me just put it this way. I mean, this is, I like this model. I mean, if I had a resin printer, I would probably print one of these at twice the scale, just to practice on smooth surfaces. This is a very good model for that. But there's these little things like the corner of this eye where it meets the hair looks weird. That's I've tried to hide it with paint, but there is a problem with the printing there. And I've tried to smooth out the hair, but there's various lines here you can see where it's yeah. And maybe on the tank top the lines aren't as don't bother you as much because that might be in the fabric actually, but on the skin or on the hair, no, they shouldn't be there. So yeah, that was an experiment, and I have learned some things, and we're moving on. And, we'll see in the future what I do with the printer. So currently in the works, we have these Egyptian minis. As you can see, I've been working a bit on the hair and the metallics. It's not quite done yet, none of it, but it's started. And, there's not that much else to them. They're showing a lot of skin and have very skimpy clothing. There's not, once I've finished the metallics, I'll get started on the skin, actually. And after that, it's just the few shreds of clothing. And then we'll be done with these. So I am confident they will be complete by next week. And then the next set of these Egyptian minis is these 5. These, I'm starting to remember now what the sets were. So these 5 are supposed to be Egyptian vampires. I don't know if you can see her little fangs. So it's like a harem of vampire ladies, and then there's one harem guard with a whip. And so that's kind of kinky. But, well, it is what it is. As you can see, these have been cleaned up, they've been based. These had tabs, and I've done my home printed slaughter bases that I've used for them. I'm gonna add some grit, some texture to the base, and then prime them. And these will be started by next week. I can pretty much be certain of that. Now, there's, I think, 9 models left in the Egyptians range here, and these 9 are all the skellies. These are all skeletal warriors. They might be liches, some of them, I don't know, but they are. This one guy with the headdress might be more than just a skeleton. In fact, all these 3 look like nobles or priests or some sort, while these 6 look like soldiers. So, more or less advanced undead, but it's like armor, bones, and a few scraps of clothing, and that'll be it. So these are pretty easy, so I don't foresee any trouble, even though I'm going to be prepping all 9 of them at once. So yeah, that is the new project for next week. And then I'll have to think about what to start next after that. I'll have to think about that for a while. Anyway, we are now done for this episode. Hope you enjoyed it. Give it a thumbs up, like, share, and subscribe. But above all, be back here next week, same day of the week, same channel, same Dakian. But for now, I am signing off.